Ẹ̀yin èèyàn, mo kàn ní kí sáré gànú sí ọ̀rọ̀ Davido tó ń jà ròhìnròhìn ni. Ṣé rí nǹkan kan ni mo fẹ́ kọ́kọ́ sọ fún wa ní pé um, both the parents of the child, Imade, they are wonderful people. Davido is a good father. Sophia is a good mother. Just to understand, oníkálukú ló níbi tó kù sí. And when it comes to the joint custody of this child, I think it's pretty fair, to be frank. It's supposed to have a joint custody. Tó bá yá pé joint custody pé okay, half of the year ọmọ mi máa wà lọ́dọ̀ mi, or a whole year ó máa wà lọ́dọ̀ mi, another year ó máa wà lọ́dọ̀ yẹn. You understand? It should be able to be balanced between the two of them. So ti yé yín, nǹkan tó ń pè joint custody, ó máa gbé bí, ó máa gbé ọ̀dọ̀ ìyá, ó máa gbé ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá, ó máa ṣe lọ́dọ̀ bàbá, ó máa ṣe lọ́dọ̀ ìyá. This is a fair thing. So ti yé yín, this is a fair thing. And kò yẹ kó pọ̀ sọ́dọ̀ èèyàn kan ju èèyàn kan lọ. When it comes to this issue of Sophie and Davido, mi ò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ because there's a child being involved. Kò yẹ kó fèsì bí kan ju bí kan lọ. Right? But if we want to look at the circumstances surrounding this parent, you understand? We should look at it in a way that it's better the child is with Sophia. Not that it's the right thing to do, but it's better. You understand? Wọ́n ní ojú olójú kò lè dàbí ojú ẹni. And there are things that have gone wrong. Tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé òun ni wọ́n fi ń judge lẹ́ni. Joint custody is the perfect thing for a child. But pẹ̀lú circumstances or situation tó bára wọn, situation táwọn parents yẹn wà. So it's fair to say that ọmọ yẹn better off with her mother than her father. Even if you pick up the child and let the child decide, she will pick her mother. This is not the first time they are fighting. Davido have left them for like 2 years before. And ọmọdé ti ń dàgbà. For a child to know that my papa no love me, oh mama go school, only phone. For the father to not call her, telling her that go and hug your mother, not present for her birthday just because he's having issues with the mom, has spoken a lot of things in Imade's mind. So for everything being safe, Imade will not even be comfortable. If you see the recent time that the video saw Imade, you will see the countenance of that girl child. Like she's not feeling him the way she used to feel him. Now she feels like the attention of her father is divided. Like he doesn't love her because of the space that was created that 2 years to be abandoned. For the space that was created that 2 years that he abandoned them. So, of course, you understand. And now, if Davido says he's going to pick up the child, that by force, you understand, because taking the mother of the girl to court to fight for custody battle, you want to take the child by force. So, taking the child by force is still not going to sit well with Imade. Yes, she's never going to be in Davido. She's never going to like Chioma. She's never going to listen to Chioma. Omoyele need midlife crisis because she has grown up with her home mother. You understand? Than another woman at 10, 11 years to come and be her mother. She understand it. The best interest for Imade is to just stay with our mother because àwọn nǹkan tó surround the kidney is going to affect this child. She's never going to like Chioma because ó ti dàgbà. Kì í ṣe pé Imade is 5 years old, 4 years old that they don't know anything. Imade is a grown child now. She knows her left from the right. That is it. She knows her left from the right. Ó ti dàgbà. So, kò sí nǹkan tí Chioma lè ṣe. She's going to always see Chioma as the person that took her dad from her. Àti gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí ìyá ẹ̀ bá ń kó sí lórí. That is it. So, if they really forcefully take Imade, there will be problems. He will be forced to return her because she's never going to get along. She's going to be the rebel child because she will feel like they just want to use and they forcefully collected her from her mom to please the new wife. You understand? I feel Chioma has a lot on her plate already. The mother of twins, you understand? With social media batching, she should just, the widow should not take any child from any woman. The widow should leave each child with each woman. Torí pé this is not the first woman tó ní ọmọ pẹ̀lú Davido. There's Imade, there's Lawson, eléyìí tó wà London yẹn. There is Eli tó wà America. Then there's Chioma. So they're like 4 baby mamas. Now, tá a bá tiẹ̀ ka ọmọ tó ń gbà yẹn, ọmọ àánú yẹn, let all of them are with their mother. Why do you want to take Sophia's own? So gbogbo nǹkan tí kò tí máa wò ní pé if not like torí pé wà tí Sophia ti ń jà torí ẹ̀ ló ṣe rò pé kò lo ọwọ́ agbára. Ṣé ti understand it? It's not emotion. It's just, reality. Okay, just because you're fighting with Sophia and there is an allegation that because she refused to be sleeping with you, you don't want to be caring for her. So just because you're fighting with Sophia, you want to use her child, take her only child and give it to your new wife, which is possible. Ẹ kí ọmọ yẹn undergo trauma with your new wife because they want to use the child to punish the mother. These are things that will be tender out in court to protect the interest of the child, to protect the child from having childhood trauma. Wọ́n ní mo sọ fún yín kò sí nǹkan ó kí Sophia lọ mú ẹyin òṣùpá kí náà pè Chioma lọ mú ẹyin òṣùpá kó fún Imade. Imade is never going to see Chioma as her mother. She's going to see Chioma as the woman that took her father from her mother, or that took her from her mother. So to prevent all this midlife crisis, all this teenage, traumatizing this child for no reason, all this child knows since her baby till that age is her mother. Her way of life is, centered around her mother. So now living with a total stranger that you already picture that this is my father's wife that can never like me. So it's going to give that girl trauma. If we are looking at the interest of that girl, that is it. Davido has laid his bed, so he's going to lie on it. 3 baby mamas with 1 wife. So of course, kò sí ilé ẹjọ́ tó máa fojú wẹ̀ as a responsible father because you can literally give anybody belle at this point. That is it. If you really care about that child or care about your offspring, you will not be impregnating women anytime, any day. So, gbogbo factor tó máa affect Davido ni. If the case, the table turn and the case was like Sophia is the only person that has a child for Davido and Chioma is the only wife that Davido had, there is no other 2 baby mama or 3 baby mama drama in between. It is possible that Davido will in joint custody because from Sophia to Chioma, there's no like 3 children in between with different women. So it's possible that Davido wins the custody. Tó bá yẹ pé Chioma is the only baby mama, Sophie is the only baby mama, and Chioma is the only wife that Davido had. But with series of baby mama, series of children, with all these ọmọ kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ṣì ń sọ pé kán wá ṣe DNA, it doesn't speak well as a father that say you love your daughter. That is just it. No, because you can literally impregnate anything on the skirt, provided that another Davido is always surrounded with boys and men and smoking and they are not responsible men. You understand that kind of thing. So Davido is always surrounded by like gang boys, and is that even the best interest of that child? a growing up child of 11 years old to mama kwa boys you know, it's not a safe environment for the child, for mental health of the child. If you surely Davido has dug himself too deep for him to just, you know, what is not conscience or is not sentiment, it's fact. So to understand, they say, Omoyema go through a lot in life if she ever stay with Davido. Davido is not a person that Oju Konlowa, you understand? Boya is here, you understand? But Davido will want to travel for tour, for shows, for music videos, for he will not even be around. The Davido fighting for the custody, joint custody, may not even be around. Oh, mama travel Kirini, and he will be leaving the child with his new wife, which still make no sense because the child will still be better off with a mother. So the answer, so the widow will be leaving the child with um with the wife that already has a lot on her plate with twins and joining another child with Choma, and you won't be even be around. Um, this is the time of Imadi's life that she needs a mother. Very very soon she will hit puberty. You understand? She need a mother to take her through being a girl, being a woman, being an adult. Chioma has never gotten a child that she's of that age. So Chioma may not know what exactly to do with a child tó ti ń wọ tó ti fẹ́ kò ní pẹ́ wọ puberty kò ní pẹ́ máa menstruate. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, Chioma just have little little kids. So Chioma is like a child herself. So it's possible. You understand? Wípé this is the time of the life of Imade that she needs a mother to take her through what being a woman is. Not for her to live with another woman that she don't want to live with, and she will miss all the, you know, the upbringing of her life. So if you think this true, to protect the best interest of the child, not the parents now, it's better she's better off with her mother. That is to protect the interest of the child. The video is better off visiting. Okay, I want my daughter to come and spend like a month with me, like the holidays with me. That is the best. Finally said the widow feel like is being cheated or like so child support. This is the price you will pay if you cannot put your PP inside your pants. So, and number two, ṣó fẹ́ gbọmọ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo obìnrin tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni? Kí ló dé tó fi jẹ́ pé ọmọ Sophie nìkan ló fẹ́ gbà? That is another thing. So ilé ẹjọ́ máa wo àwọn factors yìí. Then eléyìí tó fi máa cover ẹ̀. See, there is no sentiment in court of law. Kò sí nǹkan tí Davido lè ṣe ní ayé. They will always bring out the issue of Ifeanyi. This is what the court almost sọ pé gbogbo nǹkan tó máa fi break ẹ̀ náà máa fi break ẹ̀. Because if you've lost a child before, how is that place a safe space for another child? That is it. And look, there's another child fighting for DNA, and father and mother, you understand that you are refusing to do DNA, or you've done DNA, is compromised, and there is an issue with it. You know, he set himself up. Sherry, ọmọ sọ pé kéèyàn jẹ́ ọmọ gidi, or kéèyàn níwà rere torí irú ọjọ́ báyìí ni. If you say you are fighting for the custody of a child and another child is begging you for DNA, they are going to use all these factors against you. It's still centered around nobody is going to see you as a good father. That is it. Yes. Nobody is still going to see you. You keep impregnating different women. The child is asking you to come and do DNA. That the DNA is manipulated. A child, it's just a child pie under your care. It's just a whole lot of mess. You understand? So I feel like kí oníkálukú di ọmọ ẹ̀ mọ̀. This is the price Davido will pay because of whatever it is. Ìgbà tó ń ṣe, ó yẹ kó understand, ó yẹ kó lo protection. Let each woman have their own children. and give them their child support. That's the best. So that is all I have to say concerning this Davido and Choma's case. Gbogbo cards normally play, normally play because what will Choma have? Nothing. That is it. Choma, what will Sophia have? Nothing. Sophia's life is revolved around Imade. That is, she's not married. You understand? She's not married yet. She only has a child to look onto. So she's not. Oh, me only saw. So the widow should take care of the twins and Choma and leave every other child with their mother. Visitation is okay. You've not been growing up with them, so why all of a sudden you want to? You understand? Oh, Bawangwe, you have not been a indoor father from day one. Tapasokwe, you've lived with them, you've lived with Sophie like a husband, like Imade's father. No, you haven't. So you haven't lived like an indoor father for since day one. So all of a sudden you cannot claim that you want to be a dad. You're going to play your cards against you. I think you knew this may not be possible, but you think that it's always lawyers. Lawyers will not tell you that you will lose a case. They will tell you that you have a case. No. Don't lawyer have a job. But you should know that the odds are all against him. So the odds are all against him because of the things he has done, and he's not in the right position to take care of a child because he's not always around, and there's a child that died. So these are factors. And you have series of baby mama drama up and down. So just take care of Chioma, leave Imade, visit her when you want to visit her, and stop taking Imade's mom to court is not fighting for Imade. That is just it. It's not fighting for Imade. Seeing Imade like every 3 months is fighting for Imade. Taking Imade's mom to court, you know, is not fighting for Imade. Imade can never see you as, you know, that is just it. Support every time. The child is never going to see you as you have not been in their life. So, like, creating problem for them is another just for you to prove a point of view of every idea Sophie. So, Bobo catch them are playing here, but look at what Sophie single times. That is why you want to forcefully collect a child. Or maybe you want to use influence that your papa is rich and you're Davido, but this is the court of law. You will always lose. That is it. When it comes to a child and with your track record. So when you understand the way is the right thing to do is to leave Imade with her mom. But Davido too have the right. But what to surround the Davido is not in the best interest of the child to be with him. That is just it. That's all I have to say about this. But I wish all of them the best. I wish Sophia is doing fantastic job. Imade can speak like she 5 or 7 languages. She's going up to be a great woman, a great girl, a lovely person. And the father too is winning in life. So it's a win-win at the end of the day. So that's just it.